Chapter 51 One Talk One Spray. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Soon, Lin Mo and his companion began ordering. As Lin Mo rattled off the items, Feier's eyes widened in disbelief. 2 pastas, bread, 2 steaks, soup, and a couple of drinks. It didn't seem like much, but that small order came to a staggering $1,800. Plus the 10% service charge, the meal was going to cost $1,980. And that was without ordering any wine. Adding wine pairings would easily push the price up by tens of thousands more. The online viewers in the live stream were speechless. The food arrived quickly. Feier decided to take the broadcast offline for now. After ending the stream, she visibly relaxed. She patted her chest and exclaimed, "Phew. That's enough for one day. I'm beat from being in front of the camera all morning." Lin Mo just smiled. He opened his app and checked his prestige points. The data made his eyes light up with surprise. He'd only been broadcasting for less than an hour, and his reputation had already increased by over 1 million. He was less than 2 million points away from unlocking the 3rd stage reward, which was 8 million total. Looks like I should be able to snag that 3rd stage reward this afternoon. He thought. A spark of excitement flashed in his eyes. Feier was ready to dig in. Her mood was noticeably improved. Seeing her enthusiasm, Lin Mo couldn't help but grin, but their good spirits were short-lived. A shrill voice rang out from behind them. Well. If it isn't Manager Chen. Small world, huh? Lin Mo frowned and turned to see a tall woman in a white dress, sporting an LV bag. Clinging to her arm was a slightly balding, overweight man in his 50s. Feier's expression soured. Jiang Wen. Jiang Wen was the former financial director of Feier's previous company. She was suspected of embezzling funds and having a shady relationship with the company's old director. When Feier found out and fired her, she got blacklisted from the industry. Thinking about it made Feier's blood boil. Beside Jiang Wen stood none other than Junyue, the former chairman of Yuan Group. Jiang Wen glanced at Lin Mo, then sneered. "Ha! Looks like Manager Chen has herself a sugar daddy. Even swapped out her clothes for the latest Hermes." Feier retorted with a dismissive laugh. "Unlike some people, I don't have to hook up with geezers to get ahead, and then still embezzle funds." Jiang Wen bristled at the accusation. She glared at Feier. "You." Jiang chimed in coldly. "Miss Chen. Watch your mouth. Everything you say better be backed by evidence. Our Yuan Group is a large corporation, and we won't hesitate to take legal action if you spread baseless rumors." Truth be told, Junyue was starting to sweat. He discreetly tugged at Jiang Wen's hand, trying to pull her away. The relationship between him and Jiang Wen was a dirty secret. If it came out, his wife would kill him. The thought sent a shiver down his spine, but he kept up the bluster, threatening, "Miss Chen. If you keep running your mouth like this, our legal department will be in touch." Feier gritted her teeth, trying to keep her anger in check. Lin Mo stepped forward, walking in front of Junyue. "Junyue, right? I think we need to have a little chat." Junyue looked bewildered and was about to protest, but Lin Mo grabbed his hand. A surge of power flowed from Lin Mo. He yanked the older man away from the table. Lin Mo's grip was so strong that Junyue winced in pain. Meanwhile, Feier and Jiang Wen hadn't noticed the subtle power display. All they saw was Junyue being led away by Lin Mo. Jiang Wen smirked. "Ha! Looks like your boyfriend isn't so tough. One meeting with Chairman Jiang, and he folds like a cheap suit." Feier didn't reply. She frowned. Something felt off about the whole situation, but she couldn't put her finger on it. In the meantime, Lin Mo had dragged Junyue into the bathroom. He shoved him roughly, sending him crashing into the wall. Lin Mo closed and locked the door behind them. Junyue was flustered, but he quickly regained his composure and threatened, "Boy. I'm warning you. This is a society with laws. If you do anything stupid, you won't get away with it. And do you even know who I am? I'm Jiang from Yuan Group." Before he could finish, Lin Mo punched him in the gut. Pain shot through Junyue. He tried to scream, but Lin Mo clapped a hand over his mouth. Enough with the lip, that he tossed Jiang Hai into a corner, then pulled out his phone. He opened the app and selected the Truth Serum Spray. Let's give this a whirl. Lin Mo shook the can and sprayed it directly in Jiang Hai's face. The can disappeared. Jiang Hai's eyes glazed over, he stared blankly at Lin Mo. Lin Mo activated the phone's camera and started recording a video. He said, "Okay, I'm going to ask some questions, and you're going to answer." Chapter 52. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 5 minutes later, Lin Mo wore a look of disbelief, staring at Jiang Hai. Dude, this guy Jiang Hai really had a knack for getting around. Not only did he have Jiang Mo as a side piece, but he had 3 more on the side. And get this, little Ms. Gingerbread was pregnant. 2 months along. Jiang Hai was already 55 and had no kids. Turns out, his wife couldn't have any. So when he found out Jiang Mo was expecting, he figured she could give him an heir and cater to her every whim. Even knowing Jiang Mo was skimming money from the company, he didn't bat an eye. Of course, his wife couldn't find out. His company was where it was because of her family's backing. If she ever learned about this, he was toast. He'd lose the company and probably much more. Wow, Boss Jiang, you're something else. Home sweet home, but you're sowing your oats, too. Gotta hand it to ya, that the effects of the spray job wore off, and realization dawned on Jiang Hai. What had he just said out loud? His eyes went wide, his face filled with despair. Cold sweat poured down his back. Looking at Lin Mo, he said, his face etched with bitterness, "Are you human or some kind of demon?" Lin Mo didn't answer, just clicked his tongue, playing with his phone. "Boss Jiang, you wouldn't want this video to fall into your wife's hands, would you?" Jiang Hai stared daggers at him. "What do you want? Money? Name your price. Anything to keep that video away from his wife." Lin Mo just smiled, shaking his head. "Money? Do I look like I'm hurting for cash?" A playful smile tugged at the corners of Lin Mo's mouth. Jiang Hai's face fell. "My request is simple. I don't want to see Jiang Mo in Shanghai anymore." "That's it? That's it?" Lin Mo's eyes narrowed slightly. He casually grabbed the faucet and twisted hard. Crack, the faucet snapped off, water spurting out. Lin Mo tossed the mangled faucet on the ground. "Take my advice, don't even think about it. Or else, you're on your own." Then, Lin Mo shut off the valve, turned, and left. Jiang Hai's pants were soaked. He stared at the faucet, twisted into a ball of metal, his body trembling. He looked at Lin Mo's retreating back, his eyes filled with fear. Inside the restaurant, Jiang Mo sat smugly, needling Qin Feier. She was clearly gloating. Qin Feier stayed quiet, trying not to react, ignoring Jiang Mo's taunts. Lin Mo came back to the table. Looking at Jiang Mo sitting there, he frowned slightly. "Move." Jiang Mo didn't take him seriously. She glanced at him. "Oh, you're back. Still hanging around? Listen up, if you two keep me happy today, Chairman Jiang might let you off the hook when he gets back. Otherwise, you're gonna regret it." Jiang Mo looked triumphant. Lin Mo's eyes narrowed, and he was about to say something, but Jiang Mo's face lit up. She hurried over to Jiang Hai. "Jiang Dong, what are you doing back? And you're all wet." She didn't notice Jiang Hai's downcast look and the fear in his eyes. She kept talking. "Don't worry, Chairman Jiang. I've already taken care of this little witch here. Before she could finish, whap. Jiang Hai slapped her hard. Qin Feier stared, stunned. Jiang Mo's face was swollen, a few teeth lay on the floor. She gaped, speechless. "Shut up," Jiang Hai roared. He was cursing her in his head. It was all her fault. Always showing off. Now look. She'd offended someone she shouldn't have, and she didn't even know it. Worse, she was about to ruin him. Even if he wasn't ruined, the guy had him by the balls now. He'd be controlled forever. Jiang Hai was filled with resentment. But he remembered the baby and swallowed his anger. He hurried over to Lin Mo and Qin Feier. Miss Qin, I'm sorry for what happened, I apologize. I hope you can forgive me, I'll get the compensation you're owed to you ASAP. Qin Feier was shocked. What was going on? Why was Junyue suddenly so different? And apologizing to her? She knew Junyue. During her time at Yuan Group, people were always begging him. She'd never seen him humbled like this, and Junyue's personality had shifted so suddenly. Seemingly, after he left with Lin Mo. What had happened while they were gone? Qin Feier was puzzled. She looked at Lin Mo. But Lin Mo was calmly cutting his steak. It was as if none of this had anything to do with him. He was cool as a cucumber. Hearing the commotion, the manager hurried over. He was dumbfounded. He knew Junyue. He knew he was the boss of a top Shanghai group. A man who could make the city's business community tremble with a stomp of his foot. And now, this big shot was being so humble to these two young people. He was floored. He had to wonder what was really happening. Chapter 53 Mr. Lin, can I handle it this way? You are listening at novelfull.audio. The manager just stood there, quiet as a mouse, but his eyes were all over Lin Mo. Who knows what he was thinking? He snagged a waiter and whispered a few things. The waiter took off like a shot. Back at the table, Junyue was spitting fire. He shot a nasty look at Lin Mo, who was standing nearby, and barked, "You idiot. Apologize to Miss Qin, now." Lin Mo looked like she'd been struck dumb. She trembled like a leaf, then shuffled over to Qin Feier. Biting her lip, she mumbled, "Miss Qin, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me." Qin Feier just shook her head. "I just want one thing. I never want to see you again." Junyue jumped in, practically tripping over himself to promise, "Miss Qin, you don't have to worry about a thing. I'll book her a flight tonight." Lin Mo went white as a sheet. She collapsed to the floor, a broken woman. It was all over. She'd never see Shanghai again. Her life was done. She grabbed Junyue's pants leg, desperate. "No. Junyue. You can't do this. I'm pregnant." Junyue's face turned dark. "Shut up, you little tramp." He looked like he wanted to strangle her. He must have been out of his mind to fall for a screw-up like her. Didn't she get the picture? Was she really going to try to use the kid to blackmail him? He kicked her leg away, then snapped at her to be quiet. After that, he gave Lin Mo a nervous look, practically begging. "Mr. Lin, am I handling this okay?" Lin Mo nodded. "Yeah, Chairman Jiang, you're a real piece of work." Even he was surprised Junyue was going this far. He just wanted Lin Mo out of town, but Junyue was ready to ship her off to Europe. Junyue breathed a sigh of relief. He scurried off, telling the manager something before he left. The manager looked even more shocked, and his eyes kept darting toward Lin Mo. With Junyue gone, the restaurant went quiet again. But Lin Mo could feel the shift in the air. It wasn't crowded, but there were still a few other customers. With all the drama, they couldn't help but stare. They were all dying to know who Lin Mo was. After all, the chairman of Yuan Group was a somebody in Shanghai. And this regular-looking guy had him groveling. Everyone was itching to know his story. Qin Feier, sitting across from Lin Mo, was completely puzzled. "Mr. Lin," she asked, "what's going on between you and Junyue?" Lin Mo just smiled. "Nothing, just a friendly chat in the bathroom." He decided to make things right and apologize. Qin Feier wasn't buying it. Apologize after a few words? No way. Something had definitely gone down in that bathroom. Lin Mo must have found some dirt on him and was squeezing him hard. "Okay," Qin Feier said, unconvinced. She went back to her steak. Less than a minute later, her phone chimed. Confused, she picked it up. Her jaw dropped. "What is it?" Lin Mo asked. Junyue just wired me 3 million. Lin Mo raised an eyebrow. "Ah, he got it now. Junyue was really scared. This was just a payoff to try and get on his good side. Looks like Junyue works fast, Lin Mo said. Feier was still hesitant. But, I just got fired. Isn't 3 million a little much? It's just 3 million, no big deal. He sent it, so take it. If you don't, he'll probably keep bugging you. Lin Mo knew exactly what was up. Junyue wasn't really giving the money to Feier, he was trying to impress him. If she didn't take it, Junyue would worry he wasn't letting her. It would never end, it was only natural. He had dirt on Junyue, a big one, and Junyue was in full panic mode. Well. Feier hesitated, then nodded. Okay. Just then, the manager came back, followed by a young waiter. The waiter was carrying a silver tray covered with a red cloth. Mr. Lin, sorry to interrupt your meal, the manager said, bowing slightly. He was all respect. Lin Mo put down his knife and fork, curious. The manager clapped his hands, and the waiter handed over the tray. He lifted the cloth. On the tray sat a wooden wine box and a black card. Chapter 54 Champagne worth 2 million. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Watching all of this, Lin Mo was momentarily speechless. What's this? He finally asked. The store manager beamed. Mr. Lin, this is our latelier black card. It entitles you to a permanent 20% discount at any of our locations worldwide, priority reservations, and our highest level of service. He carefully picked up the card and respectfully handed it to Lin Mo. Lin Mo accepted it with a nod. Thank you. Nearby, other customers audibly gasped. Whoa, that the sight of the black card left them stunned, a latelier black card. The ultimate membership. Globally, there are probably fewer than 100 of these. And now, this seemingly ordinary young man was getting one. How could they not be shocked? Meanwhile, a waiter opened a wooden wine box, sliding back the lid. The store manager carefully removed a black wine bottle. It was plain, without labels or any decoration. The simplicity drew attention. Some customers recognized the bottle, their eyes widening in surprise. What kind of wine is that? A black bottle? I don't recognize it. They murmured. The store manager spoke. Mr. Lin, Mr. Jiang wanted you to have this. Allow me to present it. He placed the bottle on the table. This is The Ship of Silence, 1907. There are fewer than 2,000 bottles of this hide-seek champagne left. The last auction price was $1.88 million. But that was quite some time ago. Today, it's probably worth over 2 million. A collective gasp went through the room. Feier stared at the unassuming black bottle, shocked. 2 million for a bottle of wine. Suddenly, her 3 million in the bank didn't seem like much. People eyed Lin Mo with newfound respect. Who was this young man? Not only did Junyue, the chairman of a major corporation, treat him with deference, but he'd gifted him The Ship of Silence, 1907, a treasured champagne. They were left to wonder. Oh. Lin Mo chuckled. Junyue certainly got a flair for the dramatic. He recalled Junyue's past actions. He shook his head, amused, and fiddled with the black card. Finally, he said, okay, just put it aside for me. Certainly, Mr. Lin. The wine was repacked and placed on the table before the manager left. Lin Mo and Feier had nearly finished their meal and were getting ready to leave. Other diners couldn't resist approaching, offering their business cards. Lin Mo was a little taken aback but accepted them. These were influential people, either rich or powerful. After a few polite exchanges, he and Feier returned to the car with the wine. I can't believe that bottle costs over 2 million. Feier exclaimed, sticking out her tongue. Lin Mo shrugged. It's just a bottle of wine. The real value is in the story. Story? Feier was curious. Yeah, this champagne was made in 1907 and destined for the Russian Tsar, but it sank in the Gulf of Finland after being hit by a German U-boat. It stayed on the seabed for 90 years, wasn't salvaged until 1997, and then it went to auction. So, really, it's just a bottle of champagne with a long history. Lin Mo was nonchalant, Feier was amazed. Wow, that's quite a story. It's amazing that we're even seeing it now. Lin Mo just smiled. Hey, how about we go buy a couple of watches? Feier was surprised. Watches? For another girl? She asked, a touch of jealousy in her voice. Lin Mo was straightforward. Yeah, for one of my little sisters. She's got a play coming up, so it's a gift for her performance. Lin Mo had been thinking about his cashback quota. There was still $820,000 left. What better way to spend it than on watches? He'd get one for Xie and another for Feier. Fair's fair, right? Feier's feelings were mixed, but she appreciated his honesty. She had known from the start that she wouldn't be the only woman in his life. Okay. Can I do a live stream later? Lin Mo considered it. He only needed less than 2 million reputation points to reach the third stage. He nodded. No problem. Go for it. That he entered the destination into the navigation system, they buckled their seatbelts, and Lin Mo hit the gas. The car sped off towards the Patek Philippe store. Chapter 55 Buying Patek Philippe Live. You are listening at novelfull.audio. They chatted as they walked. Before they knew it, they'd arrived at the Patek Philippe mansion. Patek Philippe, the undisputed king of watches. One of the world's top 10 timepieces, the absolute best. We're here. The car pulled into the Patek Philippe mansion grounds. Normally, parking wasn't allowed inside, but the moment they saw Lin Mo's car, the Pagani Huayra Imola, all rules went out the window. How could they refuse a car like that? Anyone who could afford a ride like that had to be a VIP. Not someone you lump in with the regular crowd. Inside the car, Lin Mo gathered his things. Let's start the live stream. Feier nodded, fired up her phone, and went live. The moment the live stream started, a flood of eagerly waiting fans swamped the chat. The shark fighting platform also quickly picked up Feier's stream. Word had gotten around that this was Lin Mo's girl. Immediately, they started featuring her on various recommendation spots. With all that extra exposure, Feier's popularity exploded. Watching the numbers climb, Feier was shocked and excited. They're featuring me on the front page. She said. Oh. Lin Mo looked up, surprised. Then it clicked, and he just smiled. They're pretty quick on the draw. Feier gave him a questioning look. Alright, let's get out of the car. Lin Mo hopped out. Feier suppressed her curiosity. She opened her door and turned to face the camera. Hey everyone, I'm live from the Patek Philippe mansion in Shanghai. We're going to be live shopping for Patek Philippe watches. With that, Feier stepped out of the sports car. The camera panned to the Patek Philippe mansion itself. Instantly, the chat went wild. Holy crap. Live Patek Philippe shopping? Whoa. Patek Philippe? Those things start at like, 100 grand. I'm not worthy. That's the Patek Philippe mansion. A whole building? Baller. Two sales associates in sharp suits approached them. Seeing Lin Mo and Feier, they rushed over to greet them. Welcome to the Patek Philippe mansion, sir and madam. Thanks. We're looking to pick out a few watches. Lin Mo said with a smile. The chat exploded all over again. Wait, what did he say? A few? Yo. This lying dynasty boss is probably talking about hundreds of thousands each. I couldn't afford a Patek Philippe if I starved for a year. And this dude is planning on buying multiple. Is this what it's like to be a boss? I'm not worthy. The saleswoman's smile widened. She didn't care about the live stream one bit. Between what Lin Mo had just said and that $10 million supercar, she knew he was going to drop at least $1 million today. Why scare away a customer with that kind of spending power just to avoid a live stream? She smiled. Of course, sir. Are we looking at men's or women's watches first? Let's start with the men's. Lin Mo was planning on buying himself a watch. He already owned a Roger Dubuis, but a guy can't have just one watch, right? The Roger Dubuis was cool and youthful, perfect for everyday wear, but for more formal occasions, he needed something a little more classic, like a Patek Philippe. Right this way, sir. They walked into the Patek Philippe store. There were a few other customers inside, but Lin Mo stopped short. A middle-aged man was browsing the watches. He looked up, surprised to see Lin Mo. Mr. Lin. Butler's son. Lin Mo was taken aback. He didn't expect to run into Sun Fu here. Ha! What a coincidence. Didn't expect to see you here, Mr. Lin. He turned and said to someone behind him. Manager Qian, this is Mr. Lin, the one I was telling you about. Qian Yongkong's eyes lit up. He was the store manager. He'd come to greet Sun Fu, but Sun Fu had mentioned Lin Mo. And he knew that Lin Mo had bought building number 1 in Dongjiao, a property worth 600 million. He'd been looking for a way to connect with Lin Mo. And now, Lin Mo had walked right into his Patek Philippe store. Qian Yongkong rushed over, all smiles. Mr. Lin. So good to see you. I'm Qian Yongkong, the store manager here at Patek Philippe Mansion. The salespeople were dumbfounded. Why was the manager so excited? He met important people from Shanghai all the time. They'd never seen him this enthusiastic. As they watched, Qian Yongkong continued. Mr. Lin, are you here to buy a watch? Yeah, looking for something nice. The store manager's face lit up. He smiled slyly. Ha! You're in luck, Mr. Lin. We just got a watch in yesterday. I guarantee you'll love it. He led Lin Mo to a display in the center of the store. It was a separate booth, with thick, bulletproof glass. Mr. Lin, just arrived yesterday, the Patek Philippe Grand Complication Timepiece Collection, 5270/1 Art 001 watch. Chapter 56 Phase 3 Mission Accomplished. You are listening at novelfold.audio. Lin Mo glanced at the watch, an 18K rose gold strap paired with a stark black dial. Understated, yet undeniably luxurious. The rose gold gleamed under the booth's fluorescent lights. The viewers in the livestream were also getting their first real look at the watch. They were stunned, speechless. Is that a top-tier watch? Someone finally typed. Wow! It's Patek Philippe, a work of art. That watch is insane. Qian Yongkong, the store manager, said respectfully to Lin Mo, Mr. Lin, this 5270/1 Art 001 is our store's premier timepiece. It features an 18K rose gold strap, and the dial layout is a classic Patek Philippe perpetual calendar chronograph. It also has a day/night display and a leap year cycle indicator. Its value is only going to increase. Lin Mo listened, nodding calmly. Not bad. Qian Yongkong smiled. Mr. Lin, if you like, you can try it on. He took out a key and carefully opened the bulletproof glass case. Retrieving the watch, a salesman in the back frowned and whispered, isn't he bending the rules? Only diamond VIPs are supposed to be eligible to buy that watch, right? That watch was a treasure, and you needed to be a diamond VIP member to even be considered. This guy wasn't even a regular VIP at Patek Philippe. Another salesman shook his head. Did you see the sports car outside? Yeah, so? The first salesman was still confused. Sports cars aren't rare in Shanghai. You can't just sell a diamond VIP only watch because someone drives a sports car, can you? The other salesman smirked. Oh, if it were just any old sports car, you'd be right. But he's driving a Pagani Huayra Imola, one of only 5 in the world. That car costs a cool $4 million. What? The first salesman's eyes widened in shock. He stared at Lin Mo, his expression shifting. The second salesman continued, and I also overheard that Mr. Lin lives in Villa number 1 in Dongjiao number 1. The first salesman's face paled. Villa number 1, Dongjiao number 1. That $85 million mansion. Yep, that's the one. The first salesman gasped. So, does it really matter if someone is a diamond member? Besides, even if he isn't, so what? As soon as he buys that watch, he'll automatically become one anyway. Rules were for ordinary people. For the truly wealthy, rules rarely mattered. When Lin Mo put on the watch, he instantly looked like a business mogul. He looked at it in the mirror, nodding in satisfaction. Perfect. I'll take it. He then casually asked, "What's the price on this?" Qian Yongkang replied respectfully, "The price is $230,000. Alright, let's swipe the card." Lin Mo pulled out his credit card and paid without hesitation. The shop assistants were speechless. He was dropping that kind of cash without batting an eye. It blew their minds. Feier was also stunned. She knew Lin Mo was rich, but this was insane. He casually pulled out $230,000 to buy a watch as if he were spending $20. The live stream went wild. Some of the big spenders who were lurking started showering the channel with gifts and messages. "I'm not worthy. The boss's play is really impressive. Spending $230,000 on a Patek Philippe without a second thought. I'm embarrassed by my measly wealth. Morons. Compared to Boss Wai Chow, what is my petty wealth worth?" As these rich viewers dropped gifts, the regular viewers felt their eyes opening to another world. Feier's stream quickly climbed to 6 million viewers. She was ecstatic. This was the first time she had hit 6 million viewers without Lin Mo gifting subs. And the numbers were still climbing. Lin Mo, oblivious to the frenzy, signed the paperwork and said, "Oh, and I need a women's watch as a gift." He wanted to get something for Xie Yuma to celebrate her play. Qian Yongkang perked up. "For a lady's watch, I'd recommend this one. The 4947G001 from our complicated watch series is a bestseller." Qian Yongkang led Lin Mo to the counter and pulled out a sky blue watch. The 18K white gold case was studded with diamonds. The whole watch looked elegant. Lin Mo nodded. "Perfect, wrap it up for me." He then turned to Feier. "Want to pick one out for yourself?" Chapter 57 Shares worth tens of billions. Feier #039, shock. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Mo smiled at Feier. "It's only fair." Feier was a little surprised by Lin Mo's words, then shook her head. "Is that really necessary?" Feier immediately said, "It's fine, just pick one you like." Lin Mo waved his hand casually. Feier's mind started racing. She glanced at the watch on Lin Mo's wrist and then looked around at the displays. After a moment, she said, "Maybe this one." Lin Mo followed her gaze. She was pointing at a rose gold Nautilus sports watch. It would be easy to get a matching Nautilus. He and Lin Mo would have matching watches. "You sure about that one?" Lin Mo asked, looking at the Nautilus Qian Yongkang held out. Feier put it on her wrist, nodding. "Yeah, I think it looks great." "Okay, ring it up." Lin Mo swiped his card again. Qian Yongkang nodded. "Alright, Mr. Lin, the 4947G001 is $370,000. The Nautilus is $250,000, totaling $620,000. The viewers in the live broadcast room were stunned. "No way. $620,000. Seriously. Like giving it away. Compared to him, my $100,000 Rolex looks like trash." Many people in the live broadcast expressed their envy. Then, some viewers noticed something. "Wait. Look at the host's watch and the boss's watch. Whoa. They look almost the same from a distance. Sneaky." After buying the watches, Lin Mo checked the live broadcast's popularity. It had reached 8 million. "This is great, my third task should be complete, right?" that he asked Qian Yongkong where the restroom was, made his way there, and checked his phone. The triple cashback card was ready to be claimed. After claiming it, $3 million quickly appeared in his account. But Lin Mo was more interested in the reward for the third stage. He tapped the screen. Third stage reward received. Rewards, Point 1, $50 million. Point 2, God-level cooking skill. Point 3, 10% stake in Shenhao Group. Lin Mo gasped. He was shocked. The first two didn't faze him too much. It was the third reward. A 10% stake in Shenhao Group. Shenhao Group was huge. Compared to Shenhao Group, Fighting Shark Technology was nothing. Shenhao Group was one of the biggest conglomerates in China. It was involved in real estate, film, tourism, and finance. It was a leader in real estate and tourism. 10% didn't seem like much, but it was worth tens of billions of dollars. This was real wealth for Lin Mo. He was ecstatic. He'd spent a few million and earned tens of billions. The annual dividend alone would be billions. Jackpot. Lin Mo was thrilled. He took a deep breath to calm down, a smile playing on his lips. He fixed his clothes and hair, then left the restroom. He winked at Feier, and she ended the live broadcast. Ending a stream with almost 9 million viewers was probably the craziest thing she'd ever done. But it was what Lin Mo wanted. She obeyed without hesitation. Then, after some pleasantries with Qian Yongkong and Sun Fu, they left the Patek Philippe mansion. Next up, we're moving you in. Lin Mo floored it, heading straight for Grand Hyatt. When they arrived at the Love Home store across the street, manager Zhou rushed out to greet them. Mr. Lin. You're here. He said with a smile. Then, he updated Lin Mo on the situation. Mr. Lin, the building has 120 units, and the occupancy rate is 90%. I've identified 3 vacant units for you, 1703 on the 17th floor, which is smaller with 2 units on the floor, and the large flats 3101 and 3002. The large flats are 240 square meters. 3101 also has a small storage room on the 2nd floor. Feier was stunned. What? Asterisk a whole building, star. Asterisk 3 vacant units, star. She looked at Lin Mo in disbelief. Her throat felt dry. She finally asked, You own a building in Grand Hyatt Garden? Lin Mo nodded casually. Yeah, what's the problem? And no. Feier shook her head, doing the mental math. Asterisk how much did this building cost, star. Lin Mo smiled. Okay, give me the key to 3101. Chapter 58. Steward is in place, God-level driving skills. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Afterwards, once Feier was settled in, Lin Mo left. He'd been burning the candle at both ends lately, so he needed some downtime. Back at the villa in Dongjiao, he grabbed the bottle of wine Jiang Hai gave him, stashed it in the wine cellar, and then hit the gym next door. The next morning, Lin Mo's phone woke him. It was the security guard at the front gate. Hello. Lin Mo answered, yawning. Mr. Lin, sorry to bother you so early. A woman named Huang Yuan is here, says she's your housekeeper. Just wanted to confirm before letting her in. Huang Yuan. Lin Mo paused, then remembered. Right, that's her. She's my housekeeper. Please make a note of it with the property department. We'll have some nannies and gardeners coming later too. Just have them check in with Huang Yuan. Got it, Mr. Lin. Once confirmed, Huang Yuan was let through. Lin Mo met her. She was slender and looked young and pretty. Miss Huang, Lin Mo said, curious, you look like you're only 30, and you graduated from a top university. Why didn't you go work for some big corporation, be a manager or something? Why the butler industry for so long? Huang Yuan looked surprised. Then she smiled wryly and shook her head. To be honest, Mr. Lin, I started out in administration. But some family stuff came up, and I had to switch. The butler business pays a lot better. Lin Mo nodded. Okay, I get it. I see your salary request is $1 million a year. Yes. Lin Mo nodded calmly. Alright, if everything's good, then I'll leave things to you. Huang Yuan got right to work, while Lin Mo went back to his study to see what new goodies were on the app. He saw it. Skill, God-level driving, sale price, 188. Lin Mo stared. A skill? Seriously? He sighed. Oh well, something's better than nothing. He bought it. Purchase successful. Delivery in approximately 40 minutes. Please wait. Lin Mo didn't sweat the delivery time. He fired up his computer and created a family expense card. After transferring $1 million into it, he killed some time browsing YouTube, waiting. 40 minutes later, the God-level driving skill arrived. Instantly, Lin Mo felt a flood of new information in his brain. It took 5 or 6 minutes to process it all. Whoa! He let out a breath, feeling an almost overwhelming urge to take his car out and test this newfound ability. Then someone knocked on the study door. Boss, breakfast is ready, Huang Yuan called. Okay, be right there. Downstairs, Lin Mo saw several nannies and a gardener in the hall. Good morning, boss. They said, bowing. Lin Mo nodded. Okay, come sit down and eat with me. One of the women smiled. We already ate before we came, boss. Lin Mo just sat down, pulled out the bank card, and said, by the way, Huang Yuan, there's $1 million on this card for household expenses. Use it as you need, and let me know if you need more. Huang Yuan was stunned. $1 million? She hadn't expected him to hand over that kind of money so casually. Was he worried she'd just take off with it? Then she snapped back to reality. This guy lived in Villa No. 1 in Dongjiao. He wasn't worried about her running off with $1 million. Okay, she said. And about the car for groceries, what are you thinking? Lin Mo thought for a second. How about this, out of that $1 million, take 500,000 and get a car for grocery shopping. Huang Yuan's jaw dropped. 500,000 for a grocery car? Was this guy for real? She'd been expecting maybe 200,000 or 300,000, tops. But $500,000? Swallowing hard, Huang Yuan wondered just how loaded her new boss really was. The nannies were speechless. They'd worked for plenty of rich families, but they'd never seen anyone as extravagant as Lin Mo. A $500,000 grocery car. That was a whole new level of, wow. Lin Mo finished breakfast, gave Huang Yuan a few more instructions, and then headed for the garage. He slid into the driver's seat of his Pagani. The moment he settled in, the God-level driving skills activated, his whole demeanor changed. With the engine roaring to life, Lin Mo instantly recognized every nuance of the engine's sound. Then, the car shot out of the garage. Chapter 59 Annoyed Nanzhi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Pagani roared to life. Lin Mo instantly felt the difference, the God-level driving skills now coursing through him. He was one with the Imola. His enhanced body, thanks to that potion, amplified these skills even further. Even on regular streets, he was pushing the limits. About 30 minutes later, Lin Mo, feeling a bit tired from the thrill ride, found himself in the business district. Across the street stood a building with a familiar name, Mu's Group. Perfect, he thought, time for a drink. He spotted a milk tea shop just down the curb. He parked and headed inside for some refreshment. Meanwhile, on the top floor of Mu's Group, in the president's office, Nanzhi sat facing Junyue, who sipped his tea with infuriating nonchalance. They had been discussing a potential deal since 8:30 a.m. Almost 2 hours later, they were still deadlocked. Junyue's lack of urgency was driving Nanzhi crazy, and she was starting to feel the pressure. The East China Sea project was worth over $300 million. Securing it meant acquiring a piece of land controlled by Junyue's Yuan Group. Finally, Nanzhi cut to the chase. Director Jiang, what's the deal with your company's land in the East China Sea? Junyue chuckled, still calm and composed. That land? No need to rush things. It's nearly lunchtime. How about we grab a bite and talk over food? Nanzhi nearly exploded. Lunch. Seriously? She slammed her hand on the table. Jiangdong, don't push it. We've been negotiating this land deal for almost 3 months. Mu's group has bent over backwards to show our good faith. But Muyuan group hasn't offered anything concrete. Jianghai simply smiled. Mr. Mu, what's the hurry? The board at Muyuan group has already discussed this matter. We even have a draft contract ready. He gestured to his secretary. Bring me the contract. The secretary produced the document and handed it to Jianghai. Mr. Mu, please, take a look. Nanzhi, surprised by this sudden turn, took the contract and began to read. As she reviewed the terms, her anger grew. Finally, she slammed the contract down in frustration. Director Jiang. This is outrageous. You're asking $1.3 billion for the land, cash up front. That's a 30% premium over market value. Nanzhi was furious. The Donghai project was expected to generate around $3 billion in profit. Jianghai's 30% premium would slash their earnings by hundreds of millions. Worst of all, she needed this deal to go through. Success in Donghai would strengthen ties with the government, leading to opportunities far exceeding the initial $3 billion profit. Jianghai remained unfazed. Mr. Mu, why get worked up? Compared to the potential profit of your project, what's a mere 30% premium? He tapped the table. The penny dropped for Nanzhi. Jianghai knew about the Donghai project, that's why he was so confident. He had been stringing her along from the beginning. Her face darkened, but Jianghai smiled slightly. Mr. Mu, take your time to consider. Muyuan Group isn't in a rush. We can sign the contract whenever you're ready. But I should warn you, next time the premium might not be just 30%. After all, that land is becoming quite popular. He stood to leave. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Director Jiang, wait. Nanzhi's voice stopped him just as he reached the door. Hook, line, and sinker, star. Jianghai smirked inwardly. Nanzhi might be a formidable businesswoman in Shanghai, but she was still too young and impetuous. 10 minutes later, outside Mu's group, Jianghai was beaming. Ha ha. A pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Mu. I hope our future collaborations are just as smooth. Nanzhi's face was like thunder. Gritting her teeth, she replied, Definitely. Definitely. I won't keep you any longer, Director Jiang. Jianghai turned to leave, but then, a surprised voice rang out. Nanzhi, what are you doing here? Nanzhi spun around to see Lin Mo standing there, holding a milk tea. She was stunned. Lin Mo? And Jianghai. The moment he saw Lin Mo, his face turned white as a sheet. He began to tremble. Lin. Mr. Lin. Chapter 60 The Dumbfounded Nanzhi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jianghai was shaking like a leaf. His knees were practically knocking together. He never expected to run into Lin Mo, of all people. Hey. Jianghai. What are you doing here? Lin Mo asked, looking surprised. Jianghai forced a smile. Just here to talk business. Didn't expect to see you. He was practically bowing. Nanzhi was completely bewildered. Jianghai knew Lin Mo. And he was acting all respectful towards him. What was going on? Curiosity piqued, she turned to Lin Mo. Lin Mo, do you know Mr. Jiang? Lin Mo shrugged casually. Yeah, we've met. Acquaintances, I guess you could say. Jianghai breathed a sigh of relief. He was terrified Lin Mo would spill the beans, but Nanzhi was even more confused. Met once. Was that all it was? Judging by Jianghai's obsequious behavior, there had to be more to the story. Then, it clicked for Jianghai. Mr. Lin, you and Ms. Mu know each other too. He remembered Nanzhi calling Lin Mo by his first name. That had to mean something. Nanzhi and I are next-door neighbors. We're pretty good friends, Lin Mo replied casually, the color drained from Jiang Hai's face. Next-door neighbors. Good friends. On a first-name basis. He felt like his legs would give out, he'd been so arrogant when they were signing the contract. Now, knowing that Nanzhi and Lin Mo were close. What if she complained about him to Lin Mo? What if Lin Mo got the wrong impression? The thought made him sick, seeing his distress. Nanzhi frowned, genuinely puzzled. Mr. Jiang, are you feeling okay? Jiang Hai took a deep breath and forced another smile. Actually, Ms. Mu, I've been thinking. That contract we just signed. Let's void it and draw up a new one. Nanzhi was stunned. Mr. Jiang. What do you mean? Please, don't misunderstand. I just think the original contract was a bit unfair. How about we lower the price by 50%? That would be much more reasonable. And don't worry about the payment schedule, you can pay in installments over the next year. He grabbed the signed contract, tore it to shreds, and tossed it in the trash. Then, with a sickeningly sweet smile, he turned to Nanzhi. And about what I said in the office earlier. I hope I didn't offend you, Ms. Mu. Nanzhi stared at him, speechless. Just moments ago, Jiang Hai had been driving a hard bargain. Now he wanted to slash the price by 50%, which was 20% below market value. And he was offering payment plans? The secretary panicked. Mr. Jiang. But, Jiang Hai cut him off, his voice like ice. What's the matter? Don't I have the right to change the contract? No, sir, it's just that the board of directors. If the board of directors has a problem, they can take it up with me. I'm the chairman of Yuan Group. He snapped, even with the 20% reduction, he'd still make a profit, just not as much. Sure, the board would be unhappy, but he didn't care. Offending them was nothing compared to offending Lin Mo. That would be a disaster. He figured he'd be out of a job. Ms. Mu. Let's get that new contract signed ASAP. He urged. I'll have someone draw it up right away. Nanzhi said, already dialing. She knew, without a doubt, that Lin Mo was the reason for Jiang Hai's sudden change of heart. She couldn't quite figure out the connection, but she wasn't about to question it. When the new contract arrived, she handed it over. Mr. Jiang, if everything looks good, let's sign it. Don't bother. Just sign. That without even a glance, Jiang Hai scribbled his signature. He then grabbed the company seal from his secretary's bag and slapped it on the document. But Mr. Jiang. The secretary stammered, completely dumbfounded. He didn't even read the contract. What had gotten into the chairman? Signing a contract so casually was insane, and he was throwing away millions in profits. Nanzhi was equally stunned. It felt surreal. Just like that, the deal was done. Jiang Hai visibly relaxed. Turning to Lin Mo, he said tentatively, well, Mr. Lin, if there's nothing else I can do for you, I'll be on my way. Wouldn't want to intrude on your time with Ms. Mu. Nanzhi could only stare. Jiang Hai's behavior was beyond bizarre.